My name is Sasha Visconty. I run and operate Axis Environmental Consulting Company, and we do environmental consulting.
How do you define success?
I define success as a measure of personal fulfillment. So whether it's you're the most successful chef, you're the most successful landscaper, you're the most successful road worker, as long as that success brings you fulfillment, then I think you've achieved success.
Where did your inspiration come from?
My inspiration came from adversity, and I had to choose a different path for myself. So it wasn't that I had a passion for, an object or a company that I wanted to bring forward, but it was a need to do something different for myself. So I chose this path and moved forward, and of course I enjoy it, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. But it was a mechanism to get out of my situation, which eventually turned into a great thing. So the adversity that I was referring to was one where certain performance metrics amongst the leadership weren't being met. And I had a significant difference of opinion with the leadership, which was very money-focused, very selling-focused, and not focused on the success of its associates and managers and its staff. It was very top-heavy focused and performance metrics that did not include staff development, did not include personal development, did not include work-life balance. And so putting all those things together, I realized that this was not an organization that I felt was going to help me reach my personal best or reach my personal fulfillment. And I chose to do that on my own.
How did you move from idea to something actually succeeding in the market?
I think that the key was basic understanding of the market, where I come from, an understanding of my clients' needs, an understanding of, and a strong skill set. And it was putting that together with the void that I saw along the way with my previous companies, and understanding that there was more there to offer the clients than they were willing to do. There was less listening going on than there was selling. And so I listened, and I looked at what was needed, and I tried to put that together into a skill set that I could offer to help my clients be successful.
How did you organize your team?
Well, being a very small company, that wasn't difficult. However, what I do often do is put together teams for marketing pursuits, and I'm always focused on what is best for this particular client. Not what can my company do or what can that company sell, but who are the exact right players in this situation to help this client be successful. So it's more about the big picture. What is success for my client, and less about what is success for me or my company.
If you could have, what would you have done differently?
I would have started with a more solid systems and a more solid business plan. As somebody who is somewhat impulsive, I chose to jump in with both feet and get rolling. I had a vision and a general idea, but I did not have systems. And so as a result, I've been building those systems along the way instead of having them built as I started. And that is kind of like remodeling a house versus building a house from scratch. So I'm patching things together as I go. And if I could offer one bit of advice to people who are considering their own pursuit or being a small company like I am, is put together a plan, put together all the pieces that you need, whether it's your IT, your bookkeeping, your management, your HR, healthcare. Have all that kind of in line before you start down the path.
What makes a great entrepreneur?
I think a great entrepreneur is somebody with a strategic vision and a direction and excellent leadership skills. Somebody who knows who to bring alongside to make the whole pursuit successful. Somebody who is willing to listen and can bring in the right people at the onset to build success that's not ego-driven, that's not all about me-driven, but somebody who understands the value of teamwork.
What role did education have in your success?
It was really significant, actually, and a lot of times you hear about people who get a degree and then go on to do something completely different. And for me, I did choose a path that wasn't exactly where I am now, but I went back and got a master's degree in the area that I'm practicing in now, and it was really significant as a master's program to bring in people from the workforce who had some life experience that they brought in to kind of share how these things are actually applied in the real world and not just an academic exercise. And so I think that program was instrumental in helping me get to where I'm at now.
What is the most important question we did not ask you, and your answer?
And my answer to that question is, what held you back? And I think working in an organization where you believe there's always somebody there taking care of you, you learn that you don't have to step out of your comfort zone and take that next step. And once you decide, or once you realize that you are the best guide for you, and you let go of the fear, you can step into whatever role that you want to step into and figure out how to find that success for yourself.